know of a plant that doesn't have any true roots, stems, or leaves? I can name one, and I encounter it all the time when I am doing one of my favorite activities, which is fishing in this pond. And if you spend a lot of time around ponds, lakes, or streams, you might be familiar with algae. Now, algae can be good and bad, and the algae that I have in my pond is just really annoying. It's a pain when I'm trying to catch fish. I get my line and my bait all tangled up with algae, but it's part of the natural ecosystem of the pond.
Hi, I'm Camille Schrier, and I'm Miss America 2020. And I'm also a scientist. I have degrees in biochemistry and systems biology, and I'm working on a doctorate in pharmacy.
I'm also the first Miss America to ever win using science as her talent. And my friends at Quest Science Center asked me to come talk to you about algae, how some plants can be used as medicines, and all about how science works. So I brought this algae inside from the pond, but why are we talking about algae at all? Well, I told you that some kinds of algae are good and others are bad. And those bad kinds of algae, they can actually be toxic. And I care a lot about keeping people healthy. Red tides and blue-green algae are two types of algae that can be really dangerous and make people and pets sick. That blue-green algae, the blue color actually comes from a cyanobacteria. So it's more than just algae when you see those blue-green algae blooms. And so you might have heard of algae blooms. So why does algae bloom in the summer?
Because the water is hotter and often moves more slowly. Plus, nutrients and things like nitrogen and phosphorus that are often found in fertilizers that is used to help our food grow can run off into the water. This mix causes cyanobacteria and some algae to rapidly multiply and form harmful algae blooms. That's why it's really important to heed the warning signs you sometimes see posted when you are out in places around the Tri-Valley.
So don't go in the water when the algae is in bloom, and don't let your pets go in either. And to stay safe, don't go in water that's green, smells bad, or is scummy. But not all algae is bad, and scientists are discovering new ways that algae can benefit people and the planet.
On the Quest website, you can watch a great video to learn about young scientists at two national labs, Lawrence Livermore and Sandia, who are working together to figure out how to feed carbon dioxide to algae. Sunlight and carbon dioxide is food for algae, so these scientists are using special materials that store carbon dioxide to help grow helpful algae plants.
Algae gets food and takes climate-warming CO2 out of the air, which helps cool down our overheating planet. Using nature to help heal the planet, that is some pretty cool science. Algae has been used as the basis for some medicines, too. Algae actually has many antiviral, anti-cancer, and antioxidant properties. And now, studies are being carried out on chemicals extracted from marine algae to look for ways that they can benefit people and animals. Did you know that plants were some of the earliest medicines? Native Americans were some of the first to discover the healing properties of native plants like sage, stinging nettles, and the California bay tree.
Take yarrow, for example. The Alanis used yarrow leaves to treat stomach aches and to wash sores. Leaves were heated and held over wounds to prevent swelling and were held in the mouth for toothaches. Dried stems and leaves were also used to stop bleeding. Yarrow contains chemicals that act as anti-inflammatory agents, and scientists still rely on plants to create new medicines. It's a great example of how science works.
They test ideas by experiment and observation. Then they build on those ideas that pass the test and reject the ones that fail. They follow the evidence wherever it leads and then question everything. So you can see why knowledge continues to evolve as scientists learn more and do more experiments. And that's why rigorous testing needs to be done before medicines and vaccines are considered safe for humans. You can find more of my advice on medicine safety on the Quest website. I love learning about science, and I hope you do too. Science is all around us, and science keeps us safer. You can learn more by visiting the Quest website. And remember, steer clear of toxic algae and always stay curious.